Hi guys, this is Olivia Blaggrove. I have done my digital presentation on Coming to America provides equipment for living to follow your own path. Queen's University. This is for my communication fluency class. So let's get started. All right, so the contents for my digital presentation. First, we're going to discuss my thesis on the paper. We're going to discuss the plot of the movie, which it's one of my favorite movies. Just want to give you a little insight. Also, I wanted to discuss the literature review, some quotes and citations that I used from my paper, and then we're going to discuss the conclusion, what I got from it, and cite my sources, so my references. All right, so there is the awesome Eddie Murphy over to the right there, Coming to America, my favorite movie. So let me just talk a little about my thesis. Burke defines equipment for living as strategies for dealing with a specific situation or solving the problem inherent in our paper, we had to discuss, what movie that we best correlated with equipment for living, that you can relate a moral to or that you can relate a life situation to. And I picked Coming to America. Coming to America provides equipment for living to follow your own path. Um, Eddie Murphy in this movie decides to follow his own path despite what his community told him. He plays Prince Akeem in the acclaimed film, and despite what his parents believe, the king and the queen advise him in a future decision, but he follows his own will. Yeah, be it fiction or nonfiction, life's lessons throughout your favorite movie can help to motivate and encourage you in your own life. I wanted to give you a little history in regards to my favorite movie. The plot Coming to America is a 1988 American romantic comedy film. It was directed by John Landis and based on a story originally created by Eddie Murphy, and he also starred in the lead role. The film also co stars Arsenio Hall, who is right beside him in this beautiful picture to the right. Um, Also, James Earl Jones played in the movie, which he played the king. Sherry Headley, she played the queen, and John Amos, who played the father of Eddie Murphy's soon-to-be wife. The film was released June 29th, 1988. Eddie Murphy plays Akeem Jaffer, the crown prince of the fictional African nation of Zamunda, which comes to the United States in hopes of finding a woman he can marry. And he ended up going to New York City, Queens to be exact. In my literature review, here are some of the quotes that I used. Both Young and Jurgensen state when you have a conscious connection to the movie that parallels with a life decision that can equate to a connection or an equipment for living in your own life. Ott and Perks both demonstrate interesting ideas that make people think seriously beyond the movie and in turn can spark conversations about life's lessons. Now, I love a movie that after you finish the movie, you get in your car or you go out to dinner and you're talking about the movie, the plot, what you felt about it, what connection you had about it. Could you relate to the characters? Could you relate to the situation? So I love that. And my conclusion, despite the prince's stature and what he was told he should do, he followed his own will and found happiness that made him complete. He went to New York City. He found his princess to be, despite what his family thought he should do or who he should have married. He found his own way. And interest in movies are peaked due to a direct correlation of experience or emotional connection, the characters or the morals of the film they have with you. So if you draw a connection to a movie that you've seen, emotionally or by experience, or you've actually endured what the character has endured, that's a direct correlation to that movie. Right. These are my references. The first one here is the book that we use in my communication fluency class. and its theories of human communication. This is the end of my digital presentation. I hope you liked it. This is Olivia Blaggrove, and this is for my communication fluency class at Queen's University.